All right, it's time for another costume video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the costumes worn by Verin, Adeleas, and the Browns. Sorry, as I'm saying this out loud, it sounds like a band. Verin, Adeleas, and the Browns, or Verin and the Browns, and Adeleas, and Tomas. Doesn't really work. I wanted to make it a band, but okay, whatever. We're talking about their costumes. And when I say we, as always, I am joined by Pez, the costume expert who very famously watched season 1 of the Wheel of Time TV show, and just based on her knowledge, her expertise in costume design, was able to predict things from literally the end of the book series based on clues that were hidden in the costumes of the show. I'm also joined by Bree, who's one half of the best-selling sci-fi fantasy romance duo, Kit Rocha. Their latest book, Consort of Fire, is a very fun, very, very sexy book that you should totally check out. And like I said, we're going to be talking about the costumes worn by Verin, Adeleas, and the Browns. And once again, I'm giving a huge spoiler warning. It's a huge spoiler warning going through to, I'm going to say the end, but probably the Gathering Storm. But full spoilers. Sorry. Bree even sings a little song about how it's full spoilers at the very beginning because we just let it all hang out here. So with that having been said, if you have not finished the book series, do not continue. I don't want to spoil things for you. This is very weird for me to say as a YouTuber who wants people to watch my videos. Don't watch it if you haven't finished the book series. But if you have, let's get into this.
Let's be nerdy with Let's Be Nerdy. Let's be nerdy with Let's Be Nerdy.
Okay, I've got my Verin hat on.
Oh, your Verin hat? Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't see it. Hold on, let me see. Oh.
My Verin hat.
Excellent Verin hat. Okay, now let me open up there. Okay.
Full spoilers. To just admit here, I only know who Adeleas is because of Ali's crackpot Vandine and Adeleas theory. Like, I had completely forgotten about these sisters. Like, I was like, oh, wait, are they the same ones that, like, Moraine was hanging with in book 2? I don't know what's going on.
She just gives off the best auntie on vacation vibe.
She really does. Like, very different from Adeleas in the books. Like, Adeleas is not this laissez-faire in the books, but yeah, she totally does. I love her. I'm sad for her.
And the little glasses with the tassel.
So what Ajah do we think? Do we ever get a good glance of her ring? I'm not sure if anybody ever figured out, like, if she was honestly, brown as well.
From this, I would have assumed green. Just because green is the predominant color in her costume right now that isn't pink.
I mean,
yeah.
Sure.
I think in the book she's green because I think there's a thing where she, like Vandine sort of teases her that she should have been a brown because she likes research. But I think I could be wrong and correct me in the comments. She's not a major character in the book, so she's not somebody that I remember.
I want to say she was a brown. I thought they were both brown.
I think one of them is not because I do think there is a sentence in The Great Hunt of like one of them saying to the other, "You should have been a brown."
Gotcha.
But I could be wrong about that.
I thought they said that to Moraine, but I don't know.
Adeleas is of the brown.
Adeleas is of the brown. Okay. Yeah. Which one is Vandine then? What is Vandine?
Vandine is green.
Okay, that's the one. Okay.
Well, they could have also merged the two characters.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's what they've done. I mean,
but yeah, I love this. It's so bright. It's like eye-searingly bright in the best way.
Yeah.
She's got the blue slippers, the hot pink loungewear, this gorgeous, I'm guessing another vintage textile here with the green piece. It's just, I have seen the world. I have done everything I want to do. And what I really want to do right now is ogle this other person's wardrobe.
Yes.
A legend.
I love this I love this outfit largely because I feel like it weirdly works to me. It works, everything works together, but I also feel like the idea we're supposed to get is she doesn't care if it works together. Like
yes. She's trying to look like she's not trying.
Yes. Yeah. The glasses.
And also, like, if you're looking for something to cosplay that would be super comfy for going to panels and stuff, This is what you want.
This is exactly what you want. Oh my god. I have to say, I feel like this show is a gift to cosplay for people like me who don't want to wear dresses.
Look, Robert, an appropriate number of buttons. Okay, sorry.
I know I've said this to you before, Pez, but like I get to in the books and there's a description of costumes, and without intending to, my brain just goes next. So I never notice the buttons. I'm sorry, my brain just skips the costume descriptions because I don't.
I think she's wearing like different stuff.
Buttons.
She is.
I think it's a different.
It's like the same colors.
It's very similar, but it's not.
It's also.
It might be the same like
I think it's
pants
the same
and blouse, or at least there's. Yeah, but it's a different, like it's a vest-like piece, and now she's got kind of a black and white motif going on the sleeve that you can barely see.
Yeah, it's there, but it's like what's interesting to me is this is like fantastic birds, and then you go to this one. It's
plants,
also birds,
more birds and flowers. Yeah,
it's the same theme.
I think she's got different earrings on now too.
Let me go back.
She does.
See. Yes, she does. She changes outfits for dinner,
and she took off her hair wrap.
Yes.
Yeah, she's yeah.
She just wants to eat, Lan. Let the girl eat.
I heard that, Bree, as she just wants to eat Lan. I'm like, yes, she does. She absolutely wants to eat Lan. She
wants to eat Lan a little less right now because he's not letting her eat.
Yes.
I don't know, is that...
she wants to eat dinner and then
asparagus? It kind of looks like it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yes,
oh yeah, she's got some long stuff going on right there.
Yeah.
I love it though. I love that it's so casual and like bright colors. This is the opposite of like the sophisticated.
This is definitely I retired.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will retire like this. Please give me her wardrobe. I mean, I love Leanna's, but I'm not going to wear it.
I've retired from the White Tower. I've gone on several world cruises. And I brought back all my shuffleboard clothes, and I'm just wearing them now.
Oh, she would be the best on World Cruise TikTok, man.
Oh my gosh.
Is that still happening?
Oh yeah, it's just drama all the time now, I think.
I mean, yes, it's like a small town in the middle of the ocean. Of course it is.
Ooh.
It's drama all the time.
The best thing about small towns in like terrestrial environments is that you can leave them. I agree.
That's like that. Well, I'm just like, that's everybody was like, Jenny, why don't you ever want to go live in Bermuda? That's where you're from. That's where your family is. Like, you don't understand. It's a tiny town in the middle of the ocean that you have to pay $500 to leave at minimum, and that's like just to go to the closest continent. No, cannot hide in Bermuda. It's not possible. I love it. It's gorgeous. Everybody go visit. Take your tourist dollars to Bermuda. It's beautiful, but to live, I don't know that I could do it.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, she just has so many motifs, so much color.
Oh wait, there's a ring. I think it's too dark to really tell.
It's really dark though.
Green versus brown.
I can't tell. Yeah. But it is like, it's interesting to me. There's green and brown in these. Yeah. Like, she's doing both.
Yeah.
She's doing both.
She definitely is.
I do think green is the,
Pink
but there's no pink Ajah.
Yes, there is. I'm making one.
You can make the.
What does the pink Ajah do?
Therapy. They need therapy.
No, TikTok, social media.
The
PR Ajah. Okay, so this is the same robe. This is what she was wearing. So we've got brown boots with the slacks tucked into them, and then this beautiful bell sleeve on the robe. Oh, this is beautiful.
Once again, so many different patterns. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
And again, a sensible cosplay outfit, friends.
It's just like, this is very much I'm on vacation. I'm just going to drink my mimosas out. Like, that's the feel.
And you know what? Based on the timing of the previous picture and the current picture, this is what she wore to go fight the Fades, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, that was Verin. Did Van Dien go?
I thought they both went.
Yeah, they both went.
Yeah.
Yeah? I love this shot.
And this is when they're on the road, right? They're taking.
This is definitely when they're on the road, yes.
I can't tell what color the ring is again. She's wonderful.
It could be either right now, but it could be dark green because they're definitely not like vivid jewel colored tones.
No,
they're more earthy. The stones.
Oh, why?
Oh, now that is a tonal shift. Oh, this picture.
Oh.
Okay, so do you see the clues?
Which
what are you
ones?
talking about?
The
What
fact
are
that
you
they're both
talking
in black.
about?
She does. Yeah, there are. He's very black,
What are you
and she's got
talking
black.
about?
Yep.
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 I don't know what you're
Yep.
talking. There's no clues.
Yep.
She's.
By the way, I love her cloak. I absolutely like cape cloak.
Verin?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know what the deal is.
It's like a great cloak.
A great cloak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want it.
I can't tell if that's meant to be just the shoulder cape or if there's also a hood. I think there's also a hood based on what I'm seeing, but yeah.
I think that she
this
raises
could be the one that she
hood
comes
at some
into
point.
town with.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
She does
yeah.
before she walks into the Browns, right?
Yeah, when she first comes, like her first shot, I think, is her like going through. Not her first shot, but she goes into Tarvalin and she takes it off. She takes off a hood, which I might have.
That's the first shot we saw of her.
Yeah.
I love Verin.
Oh, look at her.
Yeah.
And I love how, again, she's buttoned up, right? And so we see some similar lines, kind of to Leanne, where we've got these vertical pleats or lines, other whatever kind they are, going down. I mean, it's almost like Jedi robes in a way, if you've watched Star Wars. But I also love all the little touches. She's wearing a book suspended from her belt, which is just delightful for Verin.
Yes.
The puffiness of the sleeves, but the fact that they're rolled all the way up or end, further up the arm so that she won't get them in the ink.
Right, yeah.
It's just wonderful. She's
just
so much more buttoned up than Adeleas.
Yes, it's such a contrast to her sister. It's
yet no
hilarious.
buttons, Robert. Look, none. No buttons. Okay. Someday I will let this die, but today is not that day.
No.
Yeah, she's got like a whole little like she's got her belt pouch, she's got her book hanging from that, she's got her little magnifying glass.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was about to zoom in on that, and I was like, no, that's just zooming in on boobs, Jenny. Don't do that.
Honestly, I would love this cosplay too. This would be
Yeah. This feels right. And I do wonder, like, because in the books, one of the things that often happens with the Browns is they will comment, like Robert Jordan will write about how there's ink on their sleeves. This is a smart way to get, because I don't know that it would read as ink on their sleeves.
It would.
Like,
it would just be smudgy.
So this is a way to get around it,
And it's also a nod to the climate based on Adeleas' costume. And also Tomas, look at him in the background. He's got his sleeves rolled all the way up. You get the feeling they're somewhere a lot warmer.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think she does have full-length sleeves when they end up in Tarvalon.
I think so
somebody
too,
else pointed this out before I could in my ramblings about the show, but I love the pleating on her sleeves. It looks like the pages of books.
Yes, it really does.
Look at that. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
The queen of side-eye, honestly.
She has the best looks. They both do.
Yeah, she is the perfect actress for this because her expressions you can read them one way, but if you can read them another way. Like there's so much depth to her expressions. It's
that
so
layered conversation, all of the layered conversations in the tower were just, that was beautiful.
It really was. And then
here's Verin done with your bullshit, and she's got the longer sleeves now.
Yes. So she's wearing, this is that same piece.
It's the same robe piece, but now the pleated sleeves are brown.
Yes. So she's put
so
it
it
over
might be like a
outfit.
jacket with different sleeves underneath, but it's the same collar.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's, sorry, I'm just going back. Yeah, it's interesting. There it is. So
and I think she stays in the sleeves the rest of the show.
Time, yeah. Yeah, this definitely has a hood. It definitely has a hood.
Hood and a shoulder cape.
I mean, extra awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It's all awesome. It's so good.
And then the sleeves here are smocked, but they end in a little pleated ruffle that, again, is reminiscent of...
the pages. Yes. Pages in a book. Oh,
once again. Every look is just sort of like, I'm so goofy. Also, I know everything about you and you don't.
Yes, exactly. Like it's every single. They could not. I shouldn't
She
say that.
does such
Whoever
a
they
wonderful
cast,
job.
I probably would have been okay with whoever. But like, she's so good. Like the minute I saw her face, I'm sure we all did. Like saw her face, I was like, oh, that's Verin. Before they even announced who she
100%.
was, like it's perfect. She's perfect. Yeah,
This
there it
was
is.
the
She's
shot
taking
that
down
they
the
like
hood.
released the little, because I remember how it
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah,
She
this
won
was
some
when she got that
award, right?
award. Yeah,
She won. Yeah, she won.
And this
She
clip was
like,
in it, and everybody
for-
started freaking out and dropping it all over Twitter. And I was like, "What the hell?" And then I was just like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
it was
perfect, perfect."
Yeah, it was for the BAFTAs. She got something
That's
in the
right.
BAFTAs. Yeah,
And she's perfect. I mean,
yeah.
I
She
could
has
not
like
have
much
imagined her better.
jewelry. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
not even a little bit. I'm just noticing the simplicity of her jewelry too.
Yeah, just really small earrings, which compared to, again, Adeleas,
Yeah,
very different.
very, very.
Love her hair. I mean, just
Yes.
a
This is
basic
like-
Swoop.
it looks very simple and
It's
sort of
really good.
haphazard, but it's, I mean, anyone who's tried to get sort of hair like that knows that is not a simple
Yeah.
thing.
That's because it's a wig.
Exactly.
It probably is. Yes, yes. I also just love the white stripe. I was one of my friends here thinks I'm lying. My family just doesn't go gray. Like my mom now in her 70s is getting a little bit of gray above her ears, but
Yeah.
like that's it.
Yeah.
My
family
mom's
just
going
doesn't
gray
go
from the
gray.
temples.
Yeah,
And she's
Yeah, I have a
74.
friend who has the white stripe, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would love this white stripe. This white stripe is so cool. Like I might do a white stripe at some point in my life because it looks so cool.
But she's like, see those straps
Oh yeah,
in the
she's
back?
holding her butt in her back because she's talking about the switches, right?
Yeah, she's talking
The
about these
dusty
switches like my
switches.
backside remembers.
They better stay dusty,
Yes.
Sherry.
Yeah,
I'm
it's 'cause
watching you.
Well, the other thing I love about the
Exactly.
white stripe, Verin looks very symmetrical on the face of things, right? But the hair is where we really start to see the asymmetry. But also the pouch and the book, they're not, they're hanging in symmetrical places, but they're themselves out of balance.
Yeah. I
You
do
know
love
what's
that nod to
interesting?
the book canon about spanking, and then it's just like, but we don't do it anymore. Like that's fine. Like yes, we acknowledge it's like when Brandon Sanderson took over and he's like, I'm gonna write the word spanking once, and then I'm just gonna pretend it doesn't happen.
I was actually just thinking about the symmetry thing, and I'm like thinking, just thematically, Verin might be one of the most balanced characters in this series. Because, like, think about it. She's
Probably.
sort of like, I mean, if you want to be real, she's using the dark for the light. It's a sort of weird balance.
Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, she's like a double agent is a triple agent. She's a triple agent.
Yeah, triple. And I think it's interesting. I can't prove this, right? I can just say it. I don't know anybody on the costume team for this show or anything as far as I know, but they've been playing a lot, I think, this season with symmetry where characters that were more deeply impacted by what Rand did in season 1 are more symmetrical now. Characters who are closer to the light are more symmetrical, and characters who are closer to the dark remain more out of balance. And so the is she balanced or isn't she of Verin, I think, is perfect. And look, Miriam's hair isn't balanced.
I love her interactions with the other sisters and full spoilers, obviously, that we know are dark, because I can't tell, like, does she know? They don't know.
It's like,
I know they don't know.
About whom?
Yes, like they don't know that I know that they know that I know.
She knows about Sheriam and Leandrin, but neither of them know about her.
I don't think either know about her.
I kind of assume Verin knows everybody that she shouldn't know.
Because there's just vibes in the scene. It really seems like Verin's sort of like, really? Because, you know, she's not like treating Sheriam the way you would if you were like, didn't know something shady had gone down. It's not like honest curiosity. She's coming in knowing something shady's going on, and she's sort of like, I'm going to lead you by the nose to it.
Yes, and
how are you going to fight
like
me?
I feel more like that about her interaction with Yasica, where she's like with Yasica, like, I have to let you know that something suspicious is going on, but I can't tell you something suspicious is going on.
I have to lead you to it.
Pull you there. Like, it's a whole thing.
Maneuvering everybody into place. But I think the thing with here is she's like sort of waiting to see if Sheriam fights it. Yeah. And I think in this instance, she sort of came down. I kind of came down too on the fact that Leandrin might have whammied Sheriam there, not knowing.
Yeah.
Because they didn't necessarily know. I mean,
right. And if Leandrin didn't know that Sheriam, you know.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with the Black Ajah is they don't know that. Like, I don't think we can know for sure, but I agree. I do think it's likely that Verin knows because that's her whole thing. But yeah, it's also very, very likely that Sheriam and Leandrin don't know about each other.
Yeah, so Sheriam was not. She was being too obvious to be lying, but she wasn't doing it Leandrin's way, where Leandrin was just like clearly bad acting, but crying. She just seems a little bit like legitimately confused.
She's
but not in a way that like makes her look good at all.
Right.
No, it makes her look incredibly incompetent.
Yeah,
like incredibly incompetent.
I love his looks. It's just like every expression is like, "Oh, really? Tell me more."
Yes, please. Yes.
Do go on.
I feel like this is a teacher look. This is
oh yes.
Show me how to buy asparagus.
Yes, please show me your work. How did you come to that conclusion? Like that's what that is. And this is the look like when somebody says something. Sorry, the teacher. I mean, is when somebody is in the middle of a presentation and they say an incredibly wrong fact.
And you're like, you just said what?
What? Yeah, what? Did you get that from my class? What? That's
it reminds me of when I was teaching and I had a student say, I couldn't search on Google because Google isn't real.
To be fair, it's getting increasingly unreal. But
that student would not be wrong now.
Yes. Yes. That is true.
Again, flawless lying. Oaths have loopholes.
Choosing her words very carefully. Oh, look at this in her hair. I didn't notice this
little
before.
flowers.
Those are so cute.
So pretty. Liana, I might be in love with you. Also, Verin, I might be in love with you too.
I want to tell people to go vote for her in the Grinwell Cup.
How it's
going to be
all I could come up with was Wheel of Hotness, which I know
yes,
right.
By the time this video comes out, this will be long gone in the Grinwell Cup. Actually, the Grinwell Cup will be sadly over.
Smug. I
love her. So smug.
She's like, yeah, I did that.
Yes.
Wearing some dark clothes. What do we think about the theory that he's the one who knocked Matt out for Lanfear? People think that. A lot of people looked really closely, and I saw some theories that he's the one that did it because they were dressed in dark clothing, and he certainly seems to be.
This is my first time hearing it, so I don't know.
I hadn't heard that either.
Lanfear doesn't seem like her conk people over the head herself sort of person.
Yeah.
Definitely seems like she would outsource that.
Oh, I definitely think she outsourced it. Like, but I'm trying to think how, because I don't know
because Tomas goes off
with Tomas.
Tomas goes. Well, I mean, she must know all of Dark Friends, right?
Yeah, she must.
Because she went right to Leandrin.
Yeah.
So, Tomas goes off earlier. Because they're getting all remember one of them wants to follow.
I'll have to rewatch that and watch for hints.
I think it's the one who wants to follow him because he's off wandering around.
Yeah.
And now we're all running away.
Looks so Verin here.
It really does.
So what do we think? Was Tomas the guy who was walking away from the camera in that teaser?
Yes, he was.
Yes.
Okay. 100%.
Yes, absolutely. I if it was someone else, I'd be like, where were they? Didn't even show
open.
Yes. Okay, so I don't have that many pictures of Tomas.
Tomas.
So the thing that I think is most interesting is, so he's in stripes. I have no idea where Tomas is supposed to be from, but stripes are kind of the Andor thing, I think, in the show Bible. So I don't know if he's from Andor, but if he is, there's a possible costume hint.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite of the warders because he's a warder who, if I remember correctly, he became a dark friend and then found Verin in an attempt to find a way to get away from being a dark friend.
Yeah.
Because they were in this similar situation. And I just think that's such she was his attempt to escape.
Redemption.
Yeah.
And right now it kind of makes me sad because if the apocalypse hadn't happened, he could have just chilled out doing tomatoes. Nobody was going to come bug them. But
and he's got the dark vest on in this scene too. which is an interesting thing. I don't think I'd ever noticed that he'd put on the dark vest for this scene.
Yeah.
Now they all did kind of dress for dinner a little bit, like
Mhm.
Adeleas changed clothes. So that's a part of it, but that's also interesting with what this dinner leads to, right? Which is the battle with the Fades.
Yeah.
And he does wear it on the road.
Yeah. With like a lighter cloak over it.
Yeah, it's a light gray cloak.
This to me
interesting too.
speaks of his
gray
story.
is
Like it
you know, shades of gray. It is the
Mm-hmm.
It's not black and white. It's gray.
Yeah. It's just like this speaks to me of his story. Like if I'm a Black Ajah, but I don't want to be. I'm trying to cover like I'm trying to get away from that. And
exactly, a morally gray situation. And I do feel like all of his clothing, I mean, he's got white and black, but he's got a lighter black and a darker white, and then he's got this gray. So he really does, not to say 50 shades, but more like four shades of gray.
Yeah. 4 shades of gray. There we go. Yes. Yeah, and there we go.
See, it does look like that's a dark steel gray to me, that black. I mean, I do feel like
Is that corduroy? It's corduroy.
Oh.
It does look like corduroy, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, it may not be corduroy. It's a fabric with a nap and a ridge, but it's usually corduroy. I love that she's just dressed as baby Sherlock.
Yes.
She totally is.
Thank you for saying that, because I was like, there's a vibe here. It's very like sort of Victorian.
It's like a tweedy brown. The embroidery and decorations are very Victorian. The big chunky buttons, honestly, are very Victorian. It's super Victorian in its look.
It also makes me think of student. Something about it makes me think student. Yeah. I don't know what, but
it's very uniform. Pretty heavily coded for uniforms.
True. That's true.
So cute.
Oh,
she's adorable.
She is. I love all of the Browns, really. Like it's just,
and they try so hard to be subtle, and they're so bad at it.
He's got a lot of embroidery on hers. It's really cute.
Yeah,
she really does. Yeah. And then there's Naomi, I believe is her name.
I think so. Yes. And again, kind of Victorian vibes. We've got the high neck. We've got the slightly puffed shoulder. They both have a slightly puffed shoulder, actually, and a tapered sleeve.
Yeah.
That's sort of interesting. I'm wondering, like, in this sort of, I mean, because Victorian, if you, like, ask me, or I think, like, the average person who doesn't know a lot about Victorians, it's very repression. It's very cerebral and not sensual. Like, you know, lots of I think that the interesting,
to me, what's interesting. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you go. Finish. I was just trailing off.
Well, I was just noticing. Look how much older their silhouettes are than the other Aes Sedai that we've seen. Right? We've seen a lot of 1920s, 19-teens type silhouettes. For the most part, on the Aes Sedai who are in the White Tower. It gets a little weird when you get outside the White Tower. Like a lot of pre-World War II silhouettes, strongly with the Aes Sedai. But here's these two in almost a pre-World War I aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like the world hasn't quite been touched for the Browns in the same way as the impression.
Old-fashioned is sort of what I was going for.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned.
Yeah. The other feeling I'm getting, and I don't like, this is going to sound almost negative, and I don't mean it to. Their dresses aren't as fitted. Like it just looks like it doesn't it might have been made years ago, and her body has changed, or it was somebody like it doesn't look like it was made exactly for her. The feeling is that she doesn't care as much.
She's not as fashion savvy.
It's not as meticulously tailored, is what I would.
Yes, meticulously tailored is the right word. Yeah,
it's definitely a different silhouette.
Yeah, completely different. This scene, I don't know if I did it in the reaction, but I remember the feeling when we went into the study of like, oh, this is where I would live. This is my home in the tower.
Like, and a comfy couch and tasty
cozy
treats.
Yes. Yeah, even the furniture looks old. Like everything.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could have a little early season Downton Abbey crossover here.
Yep.
Yeah, you totally could.
Yep.
Is this an appropriate amount of buttons?
It is. It's
It
enough
is.
to
This
hold
is
the thing
a,
closed.
Oh, she
a
looks
normal
So-
amount of buttons.
so like
at one point in
high
time,
collar and everything. Stiff
Yeah.
sleeves.
And again, simple
Yeah.
jewelry. Like this is an extravagant. Yeah.
yeah, the thing with the buttons is at one point in time, I think it was Naive that Robert Jordan put like a row of buttons going down the back of her neck all the way down to her butt or something. And it was while in the books, Nynaeve was on the road with just her and Elaine, and they were not wearing their get along shirt yet.
Right. Yes.
And so it's like, who's doing the buttons?
Who's doing the buttons? Yeah. How is that happening?
Because you have to do the buttons, and you can't do all of them yourself. Like that whole period in clothing history, they're either fake buttons because there's another fastener hidden somewhere, or
right.
somebody's helping you. So
Yeah. Okay. I think there might be some embroidery on her.
yeah,
this
there's
is
like
her
a little
after
bit
she
of
took a.
something. There's definitely the trim. It's the same like light gold or light yellow trim that she's got on her neck, I think.
Yeah.
This is her after she took a sip of whatever liqueur that Verin gave her. Yes.
Don't drink Verin's moonshine, kids.
That's exactly, yes. Oh, I love them all so. Like, this is totally where I want to live. I want to, like, sit on this couch
the
and,
Browns
like,
are the best.
talk series. They're
best
the best. Squad. They really are.
They're the only ones we've seen who actually act like they're friends with each other, too.
Yes, that's the other thing, yeah.
Like, they're genuinely happy to see her.
And I mean, we haven't seen a lot of people interacting within their own Ajah. We sort of see the Reds.
That's true.
But
That's true.
but no, like the ones we do. No, I guess Karine was a green. But like even them we didn't really see. Yeah.
And there were other greens in the camp, but we mostly saw them with their warders.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen much of Aes Sedai.
No.
Fraternizing, except for Swan and Rain.
Baby Swan and Rain making out, and this.
Alana
and
then
Leandrin and the Mean Girl Squad.
And put her boots on Moraine's bed.
That's
traumatizing
true.
Jenny forever.
Alana did not put her boots on Moraine's bed. Alana had her shoes off. Moraine put her boots on Moraine's bed.
Oh, well,
sorry.
You get to put your boots on your own bed. I think I blocked that out because I'm just like, I mean, I wouldn't, but it's your bed, girl. You do what you want.
You're allowed to, but also I would not get in that bed. I would like walk in and be like, what? Okay, nope.
She wasn't sleeping in that bed.
Her bed is through the tiny little painting with Swan.
So Bree call cabin is where she's going to bed.
I know, but anyway.
Browns, I love them.
Browns,
I love
do
Browns.
too.
And look, Naomi also has a book. Yep.
Yeah, she has it too. Oh. Yeah, it is very, like, it's so much older than the other outfits. Like, that, like, I don't mean in age. Although this fabric does look aged to me. Like, this looks like
it's very
old dress.
tweedy.
Yeah, but, like, no, it looks worn to me.
Yes.
Like, it looks like she's had this dress for years and it fits, and so she's still wearing it. Like, that's the feeling that I get. Whereas I feel like Liana would be like, well, I've worn this dress, but the fabric is starting to pill a bit, so I'm not going to wear it anymore. Like,
I love the
here's her
embroidery.
doing her Sherlock Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's got that too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's got smocking on the sleeve.
Hair really gives me that Regency vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, and Victorian. And then also look at the similarity. She's kind of imitating Verin's style a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this in the sleeve, it's not exactly the same, but it reminds me of this.
It's reminiscent, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, there's the yellow.
She's got more smocking on her forearm, see?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. I don't know what that little cup is, but I love it.
Yasica is adorable, and I'm so terrified that, like, Verin's gonna kill her.
No, don't! Why would you say that?
No.
That's no!
We now are going to be cutting Pez from future videos. To listen to Jenny and I go,
that's fair.
Hopelessly, like,
she's
so this is pretty, right?
Shirt. 5 Pez is back in.
This is neat.
Okay,
Yes.
so I don't see anything in the costumes to indicate that. I love Yasica so much, and it's like the worst thing that could happen. So that's why I said that.
Okay, because I'm just like now on the Yasica Defense Fund. Like,
I am
everybody.
with you. I love her. She's adorable.
I keep noticing it because I'm just obsessed with the jewelry in this show, but like the brand,
Yeah.
it's
so tiny and simple.
Yeah.
Also, like not the sort of thing that's going to get caught on things and like be annoying.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it off. You could sleep in those.
That's exactly. Yeah, I was going to say it's like I bet you they put it on like 46 years ago and then they forgot about it completely.
Yeah, they don't even remember they're wearing earrings.
Yeah, and then yes,
the
alibi asparagus.
Alibi asparagus.
Alibi asparagus, yes. Alibi-agus. See how dark Verin's costume goes when she's in shadow?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And again, I think they're doing very clever things here with fabrics that reflect light, absorb light. She just kind of melts into the shadow a little bit.
Yes. To the point, like, I'm sorry, there was a second where it's like, what happened to this picture? Her arm disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that's her arm. It's the shadows. Yeah, it's the shadow.
Yeah, and again, I don't think Leandrin knows, but I think Verin knows about Leandrin.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes, tell me more.
Suspect.
Yeah. If I had to get into the week, I do think she knows about both of them, but if it's only one of them, it's definitely Leandrin. She knows about Leandrin
100%.
And is maybe trying to figure out about Sheriam. But
I
would still say 80% she knows about her.
Yeah. And what's brilliant is if you don't know the story from the books, right? If you don't know anything other than Verin is playing detective and is Moiraine's friend, this is a costume where you could conceivably say, she reminds me of like the great Victorian detectives.
Yes.
But it's also a costume where you could totally believe, oh, Verin hid in a pool of shadow and learned something about somebody and became suspicious and wasn't noticed. But if you know the story, you're going, Verin falls in the shadow.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, again, when I have the pictures up, I can't see you. I totally forgot you were wearing that hat, Pez. Yeah, the Verins and the Browns, and I am now permanently, I am the founder of the Yasica Preservation Society. So
I would like to join as a member. I don't want anything bad to happen to Yasica.
Comment if Pez is evil.
Yes. Yes.
Please do.
I'm just having fun not being the evil one for once. Usually I'm the one coming out saying things like, yeah, Gawain's gonna kill Maxim or something terrible.
Yeah.
Gawain is gonna kill Maxim.
Oh yeah, that was one of my theories once. I was just like, that would be a terrible thing.
It would be. But I mean, Gawain doing terrible things is completely normal. So I'm okay with that.
They're gonna make us love him, you know?
Yeah,
I know. I'm so afraid of that. I'm afraid of it. Don't do that to me. Hating Gawain is like 30% of my personality. So, what you doing?
I'm just doing the robot.
I thought you were just dancing on Gawain's corpse. Okay.
I mean, somebody's got to do it, right?
Yes. There you have it. Those are our thoughts on the costumes worn by Verin, Adeleas, Tomas, and the Browns. Are you with me? Are you going to join the Yasica Preservation Society and fight against whatever madness it is that Pez has put out into the universe? Ray, if you're watching, he's not, but if you are, look what I can do with my fingers now. And I just to shake my finger at that possibility. No harming of Yasicas. Anyway, watch him do it now just to spite me. Whatever. Okay. Let me know your thoughts on the costumes in the comments below. And if you like my content and you want to support me, I do have a Patreon that is also linked in the description below. To my patrons, as always, I am so grateful for you and for your continued support. Thank you so much. And with that, I am going to end this here. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.